Peace, prosperity, love, and light. There's going to be a part two to that same video I did talking about war being declared on black men. And the black family in general, but because it's targeted in such a way that, like I say, I consider it a dog whistle, that it's targeted in such a way to black women that it'll appeal to their intellect and to their emotion. Uh, but if you look at the big picture, this is the culmination of a long history of divide and conquer for our people, for our black relationships, for our marriages and our families. I mentioned, like I said, it started, and I'm sure it started even before that. I was only born in '73, but I became conscious of the obvious transformation in our communities, in our relationships, in our families when I was a young man. So, I saw how the community fell apart after, '83 when crack came, '85 when it became kind of common, and by '87 it had taken over. And so it destroyed our communities. It destroyed the trust that we had in each other. And it's long been stated that, the longer we stay around these people, the more we act like these people. It was back in the day, we would say, oh, somebody killed their mama and somebody killed their child. And we would see that on the news and we would say, oh, we know that ain't no black person. But now we don't know. We doing some of the illest things just like anybody else. Okay, we used to have a moral compass that guided us, and we would believe that that could never be a black person who did such a horrid thing. But it's becoming more common because the more we stay amongst people who don't like us, the more we become like them. Okay, so as much as we may not want to admit and realize and recognize that a lot of us are foul, right? We are foul. And I'm talking about men. I'm talking to black men. So I'm not denying the arguments that were put forth in this article in the Washington Post. But don't trivialize the reality of how we came to be this way. Don't deny all of the paperwork, all of the factual it's all literature that's available now on all of the things that have been done to the black community to keep them oppressed, to keep them down, to keep the man not being able to empower himself. If the man can empower himself, he empowers his family. And if you can keep the man from empowering himself, yet empower the woman, then she is under the belief that she does not need him. Okay? You got all of the welfare programs, you got Section 8, you got toys at the adult stores, so you don't need a man in that sense. That's how the society has been formulated and organized and engineered, so it seems as though men are useless, especially a black man in a society like America, where he's not going to be allowed in on the most, freest, path to his success. So if you are a black man and you have succeeded in America, my hat's off to you, because it is an excellent testimony to your character of overcoming obstacles. Okay? Because the obstacles that you have to overcome to attain to anything as a black man in America are tremendous. And for those who overcome them, they are blessed people, and they are generally guided by some spiritual source and creator, or some white person who has a fancy for them and helps them forward. Because this society does not make room for you if you are not in a line with what is the regular way of being. So, and I say this because, okay, I'll just give you a simple example. There was a conversation I was having with a gentleman when I worked at GE, and he said if I wanted to sell real estate that I would have to cut my beard off, my goatee, and trim my face and whatnot. And I said, why is that? And he said, because it's long been understood that beards make white people uncomfortable. And I'm like, well, the fact of the matter is maybe I won't be selling to white people, or I won't be working for a white company. Maybe I'd have to be independent. And he said, well, I'm going to be honest, I am a dying breed. But the fact of the matter is the reality of both are true. He's a dying breed, but in order for me to be able to reach my highest heights in this society, I have to assimilate. And so for Um, those in America who have tried to assimilate, you have those who have done their best and they live in the nicer places and they have friends in some of the higher society circles. But at the same time, their relativity to their people has been diminished to such an extent that they don't consider themselves to be part of this community anymore. Okay. And so for me, it's a matter of what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want to learn, who you want to become, what your values are, what's important to you. So I can understand the article saying a black woman should be with a white man in America today because it's more upwardly mobile. And I agree. I don't disagree at all. Like you said, if you're about the struggle of black people and you're about trying to empower your people and make them aware of all of the plots that have been set against their ass and all of the traps that are in the field for you as you walk towards your goal, then yeah, you don't want to deal with a black man. You don't want to deal with that. If you beyond that and you're tired of that and you ain't got no more energy for that and you don't give a fuck what happened to the black people, then yeah, that's fine. Then that makes sense for you to say, hey, I'm with a white man. He's upwardly mobile. He can help me make these connections and I can get forward with my career and whatever else that I may want from that white world. I personally, I'm a black man, so my opinion about what a black woman does with a white man is only my opinion. It's up to her what she does. It's up to her how she views this article and says, yeah, I agree, or I don't disagree, or this is some bullshit, or no, this is 100% true. Okay? It is appealing to the emotion of, embittered and black women who have been hurt and mistreated and dogged by bullshit black dudes, black men. So that article, it appeals to that, and it also appeals to the intellect of success in American culture, in American society. Okay? There is no argument that if you are upwardly mobile and you are seeking political or social climate wherewithal, social growth and all of those things that, people strive for, prestige amongst white people, then yes, dating a white man would probably be your best bet of getting there. Now, if you are looking to be amongst those who care to be freedom fighters, or associated with those like, Malcolm and Martin and, all of our history makers who have moved our black people forward, even if it's just by a consciousness, because, we can't say that we got a lot from, we did get some things from that movement, but at the same time, we are still in a terribly bad way. We are still in a terribly bad way. We are still so far from where we should be. We are still striving for things that don't really hold value. And so I think, like I said, that article was a article basically saying black men are not needed anymore. They're not needed in their families. They're not needed at all. And so when you don't need a person, when you don't need them in society, like you didn't need slaves anymore, you want to eliminate them. You want to get rid of them because now they're a burden on society. Right? That's the argument, I'm sure, that black men have become a burden on society. We've heard the term useless eaters. If you're not creating, if you're not building, if you're not adding to the society, then what is your purpose here? Okay? So these are arguments to be argued. These are things to be debated. But where do you stand personally? Because the fact of the matter is, are you living up to your fullest potential? Are you even working towards the next step in a dream that you have for your life? Do you even have a vision? Is there direction in your life? So, it's a double-edged sword, that article. And it brings up some topics that need to be brought up flat out. Like, a lot of you cats ain't doing shit with yourselves. And so when they say a white man would do better, a black woman would do better with a white man, oh, it pisses you off. It makes you angry. But what are you doing? Where's your effort? And how are you treating these women? Okay? How are you treating these women? Okay? Where is your effort? What are you doing to make things better for the women around you? So that's a reality. But, I'm going to say this to my black women, because mainly this has been a conversation for the brothers, because y'all, hey, you kind of under the gun. Because if a man come along and say, look, baby, I'll take care of you better than him. And what argument do you make other than, but we black? If that's the best of your argument, then you lose. Because a woman needs security. Right? You know the things that you are not doing, and you know the things that you need to do better. I know that you know that this society has not given us a lot of lanes. So what will it take for us to get there? It's going to take some unity. It's going to take some us working together and trusting each other and believing each other and supporting each other and working as a black community, a common unity. Community. The word community means common unity. Things that unite us. And I'm talking to black men. It's going to take us to make us what we have to be again. Because we, if we don't nobody give a damn, bro. Look, we hurt. Black men hurt all the time. If you want to look at it, look at the statistics on suicide in the last 4 years. Black men are the highest because no one cares to hear their sad story. Not his mama, not his sister, not his wife, not his child. Get your ass up. Don't nobody care. Quit crying. We don't give a fuck that you hurt. We don't give a fuck that you sad. We don't give a fuck that you're not supported. We don't give a fuck about how many times your heart been broke. So, the world has marginalized black men. And now this article says black women no longer need you. So black men wake up. And if there is a voice that has a spark of upliftment for black men, you better go try to lift yourselves by it and find a path to something better. But unity is what's going to do it, because isolated, we will be picked off one at a time. Love y'all, man. Peace, blessings, love and light. The War Report.